everybody's story is not the same. So what's your own unique story about how you got into acting?
It's a long one, but I've always been acting while I was in school. Then when I was in teachers college, I went to teacher training college. So we did a school play, and the director of the play was wife to Bode Osoyin, who is a popular Nigerian playwright and director, but he's late now. So he was in Unilag, and the wife, who was my teacher and director of the play in the teachers college, invited Bode Osoyin to come and see the play and perhaps assist her with some technical things and all that. After the play, Bode Osoyin started looking for me. Where is that man? He's right there, Anthony. My, you know, I mean, my identity at that time was Tony, not this Sola.
Yes.
So he met me and said, "Look, congratulations, wonderful, fantastic. You know, you're a man of the theater, man of the theater. So go and study theater, theater." I didn't know what he was talking about then. Because as a young man, my mind was to finish in that place and go and study history. History was my best subject, you know, then. So after teacher training, I looked for admission in Nigeria a few years, no admission. I decided to travel abroad. I got admission. Guess to study what?
Theater.
No. Computer science. In UK. I've paid. I've done everything, secured accommodation. My mom, you know, did everything. I went for visa. I was denied.
Oh no. So this visa denial didn't start.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So I couldn't travel, and I became sick. I think what I had. It was later that I realized that it was some kind of depression.
Okay.
But I didn't know at that time because I was young.
It wasn't common.
And then because the reason why I knew later that it was depression was that my mom and my parents were taking me to different places for my sickness.
I know.
Doctors will say
nothing.
I can't find what is wrong with him. You know, so until one night, the Holy Spirit just dropped it in my mind while I was lying down, still weak. And, what about that man that told you you are a man of the theater?
Yes.
Boom!
Beautiful.
I just, you know, sprang up, went to him that day.
Yes.
And then the story changed.
Did you now decide to toe the line of the academia?
I've been, this year makes 30 years that I've been in LASU.
Okay.
A lot of people already know now, but I mean,
not to that level. Yeah. When people meet you, and what do they comment? I know the qualities. I think you have.
The major thing that people just tell me anytime they see me that we want to see you.
More of you.
What happened? Why are you no more acting? And I tell them I'm still acting.
It's true. But okay, yes, that brings me to a very important question. In the time that you acted, the money involved and now, like the Lion of, I wanted to say the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Yeah. I said, the Lion of the tribe, grossed in 1.4 million. Merry men, kings, look, the kind of money is staggering. Was it there at your time?
How could it?
Of course.
I mean, we were the pioneers.
Yes.
We were pathfinders. You know, just clearing the bush and so it was difficult at that time. Even the quality of equipment.
Yes.
So I mean, some of those films you cannot compare them with what they have now.
Yes.
Because
sophistication.
things have really opened up, and then there are several more opportunities, and so on. So one cannot compare that time. Relatively with everything in Nigeria, of course.
Yes.
Even though we don't even know whether Nigeria is moving forward or
going back
or stagnant.
God will help us. Okay, I want to ask you the last not the second to the last question, but this one is so controversial. People always say in the past, the actors of the past were dedicated, more talented. These present day people, they don't know anything, they can't even pronounce words. I mean, what is your view? Do you prefer the actors of the past or the present day actors?
The point is that many, I don't want to say most, many of the actors of the past trained.
Yes.
They were theater people, some of them were mass comm people, some of them were English people, graduates who learned how to pronounce words correctly and all that. I mean, when I was in drama school, we had a speech teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was really very interested in that in that
Area.
course, in that area. So it helped. It helped, some of us. Then, a few years into the industry, we had all kinds of dabblers, mass movement of street people, you know, those who don't know anything about what they are doing. They just some of them, because they are beautiful, because they have connections, so many things,
Yes, I
So
know.
and it is still affecting
The
till today.
industry today.
So that's the reason why you see the
Do you think there is any possibility of the old brigade, you know what I mean, the old brigade actors, to come together and once again give Nigerians a film that will remind us of the past?
Well, it's possible, but of course, many of them are already growing old, and the kind of roles, to do a production or a film, there is an important aspect of it, which is casting, right? A good director must get his casting right,
Yes.
So you cannot just put people in roles just because they are old actors or new actors. So when you see the script, you find that most scripts have young people
More.
as the lead roles.
More
So
now.
yeah,
Yes.
so, but where you have a role for a fairly maybe a 60, 50
And above,
something,
yes.
so then some of us will.
People complain about the scripts of this. I mean, they think it's watery, they think it's the scripts have an end. Like as you start watching it, you already know what's going to happen at the end. No twist, nothing. What do you think is wrong? I mean, comparing the scripts of before or now, because in those days, in Ripples, in Concord, you hardly know what is going to happen next.
No, Ripples, we had a team of writers.
Yes.
In Ripples, and it's not written by just a whole episode. Or an episode is not written by just one person. About four.
Wow.
They would have done what you call, is it treatment or something, and broken down the situation into scenes, and then distribute to the four writers. So they will come with their write-ups, and then there's an editor before we go on set. And some of us also, we edit some of our lines, so that the dialogue will be correct, the language and all that. So you have that kind of collaboration during our time. But now, like I said, there are so many people in the industry. Dabblers.
Yes. Okay, but again, do you think it has to do with the audience? What the audience wants to see? The audience now, are they as sophisticated? Because I believe that we in the past are they as sophisticated? Because are they giving society these films? Are they giving society what society wants? Is it a proof that society is declining in so many things, values and everything?
That's the point. That's the point. That's the thing you have. You hit
on the nail.
Yeah, because values, morally, there's a lot of decadence in the country, and you see, the work of the artist will naturally be a product of
his environment,
his environment. So all the kind of things that happen in society, this banal kind of life. So those are the things that writers will write that will interest, the audience. So that's what's going on.
But there's something I think is very positive.
But once in a while, you still find very serious.
Yes, I know. It's not like 100%. But there's something I find positive. The many channels that films can be, streamed. You have the YouTube, you have TikTok, you have, these were the things that were not present in your generation.
And now, development, I mean,
oh no,
development has
I can imagine. So now let me ask, for some people that are wondering, Ripples, do they still have,
and there'll still be more.
Yes.
There'll still be more opportunities.
Yes. As the technology improves.
Exactly.
Now, but now let me now ask.
In those days, when we produce films, we put them in CDs and we'll be The marketers will carrying them
Up
to.
and down, honestly. Now, ripples ripples, can we find it anywhere? Like, can we find it
Do
anywhere?
you know that the producer of Ripples, Zed
Mhm.
Ejiro,
Okay.
was actually working on bringing it back?
Yes.
You know, I don't know what the problem is. But maybe sponsorship. But he was discussing with Mnet, DSTV Mnet. They wanted to bring it back. They actually recorded a few episodes and they showed it on DSTV a few months ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know
What became of it?
Yeah, he called me that we are coming back, but we have recorded a few episodes. So I said,
That would be nice because people like us will really want to see ripples.
So, but I don't
Maybe
know what
maybe I'll get your number, then I'll call him to find out,
Well,
why.
I'll give
Yes,
his number.
yes. So why people like us who know ripples cannot see ripples again?
But I mean, even if ripples come
bottom-
back,
Yeah.
I'm sure it won't be the ripples of
That you know.
because
Yes.
the few episodes that he recorded, I saw all these young faces
So
there.
exactly. That's
so-
the way it should be. So what's your final advice to the young actors who are operating now, right now?
What I've always said is training.
Training.
Look, this training that
We
are
are
here to do,
organizing, yes.
for anyone who wants to do well, who wants to make some kind of mark in whatever he or she is doing,